All right, we got everybody. Man, it was what a heck of a football game. We knew the game was going to come down to the fourth quarter. Didn't expect it to come down to the fifth quarter, but whatever it takes. Just proud. I mean, again, just proud of the fight, the resiliency, the confidence, the support, the togetherness of our football team. So that's a good, really good football team we just played. Tough. Obviously, they ran the ball really well. They stopped the run, but our guys came through in the end. And then just proud of our guys. When we need to make a play, it seems like on all three phases, the guys made plays without inventing techniques or whatever. Just kind of played through the scheme, played through their fundamentals, and we closed it out at the end. So just a great football game, and excited to get back home.
You had a bunch of drops and not a lot of help from the run game, but Gino got it done. What did he show you today?
Man, I thought Gino played a dynamite game. I thought he was decisive. The ball was out fast. Thought we had a great plan. Yeah, we had a couple drops, but we'll clean those up. I mean, I'm not sure what the numbers are, but they're probably pretty dang good.
He had a bunch of game-winning drives last season. Had the game-tying winning drive today. What does that say about his poise?
Sounds like that's who he is. So, let the tape speak for itself. And I'm glad he's on our side.
What did Julian's blocked field goal, was that a design play or just something he was able to figure out there? Or?
No, they don't just invent. Yeah, I mean that was the play. That's the field goal rush at that time, without getting into the strategy involved. But he made a heck of a play. I mean, just heck of a play. But it's something you practice all the time, and finally, when you have the opportunity, he goes and executes it. So that was big time. That was part of the. Oh, go ahead.
Coach Demon dropped it punt last week, and then this week caught one where he was hit. How big was that?
Oh yeah, he played a dynamite game. He did a great job. He told you he had confidence in him. He had such a great off season, but we had a big return in the first half. Caught the ball there. I don't know who got blocked into him, but he's going to have to make those plays moving forward. But he's the man for the job.
Mike, with all that happened, how dependable and clutch is Tyler?
You look good today, Greg. All right.
Tyler, he gets one or two targets for 60 minutes, and then the game's on the line.
He just has that's him. You knew it coming in. You knew his reputation. Learning who he is as a person, who we absolutely love. But that there's something special about him where he comes alive in those clutch moments, man. It's, we love him. But just a great job by Tyler.
What did you see on that third down stop in overtime?
Well, I felt the rush. I didn't know who it was at the time, but I think Derek Hall had a really good rush, and they did some good things on offense in the first half on third down, so we had to make a couple adjustments. They're hitting the tight ends, so we had to adjust a little bit of our rush plan. But this is what happens. It's the NFL. Teams are going to have good plans. You're going to have to kind of understand how they're attacking you, and then kind of move and shake from there. So the guys did a great job of kind of going to the next things and playing some of the plays that they were running against us. And I thought our rush started to come alive in the second half. Would have been great to get him on the ground more, but Jacoby, he's a really good player too. He understands that. I told you he was elusive, and he got rid of the ball in some of those critical situations.
What do you feel like you weren't able to get much going in the ground game?
Well, on our end, I don't know. But I'd have to look at the tape and see what's happened on some of the blocks. But, if it's not there and you're able to throw the ball, then, whatever it takes to win the game. So I thought we did that. But we'll go back to the tape and figure it out. But, they have a really good front, and they do a good job in the run game. Numbers back it up.
How much of a decision was it tough before you kicked the field goal to tie it up when you had the 4th and 1 there about maybe going for it, or you sent the offense out there?
The one where we took the delay?
Yeah.
We wanted to take a peek and see if there was an opportunity to go for it, and weren't confident enough in the situation at that point. So we felt like take the 5 and still a pretty good manageable field goal to go tie it up.
Was getting Jackson that involved kind of part of the running game? There's a lot of short stuff to him, kind of replacing the run game almost.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Coach, in the second half, were you kind of surprised how well they were able to pick up some big runs in the running game?
I wouldn't say surprised. I was disappointed. We can't be giving up 180 yards rushing. So there's plenty on tape that we've kind of had pictures on the first half, losing some leverages, not playing some runs the right way. So, we got our work to do on that front. We got a good team coming to town that can run the ball. So we're going to have to be better moving forward in the run game. So a lot of work to be done on that front. Guys know that. But in the last 2 drives, it felt like we saw some of the plays they had gone to earlier in the game, and the guys knocked them out. So that's what you're going to have to do, to win. If you just keep banging your head against the wall, then it's going to be tough sledding out there.
Mike, you told us a while ago that you really wanted Gino to be the voice of poise, I think was your wording, in chaotic, adverse situations. You've had a few of those so far. How have you seen him handle those?
Nah, he's been incredible. He's been the guy that he's been since we got here in February. He's just there's some points where where we communicate one way or another, and he's right there in lockstep. This is a great example of this game of hey, when the offense needs to pick the defense up, they did it. When defense could help the offense by getting a critical stop because we weren't able to get the ball to negative territory, we got the stop. So that's what you have to play complementary football. You got and you need your leaders to show up in those critical moments, and he did that. And I thought defensively the guys did the same thing as well.
How'd you feel about the rookies, Byron Murphy and Tyrese Knight and Christian Haynes in this game?
Christian, I know he got in there the 3rd series. I don't know how much more he played after that. So we'll see. We ended up going with AB for the majority of the game. It's good to get Christian in there, a guy we have a lot of confidence in. But in order to develop guys, you need to get reps. So sometimes if it doesn't go your way, that's okay. He's a guy that has been worked really hard. He deserves an opportunity to go earn his reps. So expect that to keep going. Byron, not sure. I felt our run game at times was really good. At times I thought we weren't so good. So I'm going to have to get back to you on the tape. Tyrese Knight, again, he's a rookie. He's getting his first time in there. I'm not sure how many plays he made. There's a couple ones that are on the top of my head that we want to play a little bit better. But again, a guy you have a lot of confidence in. He's playing he's got a ton of reps under his belt. So I thought this is a solid start for him. I'm sure you'll go back, watch the tape. Easy fixes. The game will start to slow down for him as he gets more experience out there. When in the regular season.
How thin and hairy did it get at linebacker with the injuries? You guys went in and out, cleared?
I really felt like the only issue was, not that it was an issue, but the only true backup we went to was Tyrese, with Bake not being able to finish the game.
Is he okay, Baker?
Yeah, I think he's going to be all right.
How about Boye?
Boye, same thing. He's got a knee contusion. I think he's got banged in the knee. I think it was might have been the last drive before overtime or the overtime drive. Last drive before overtime. So we'll see with all that stuff. We'll see how it shakes out.
What do you think how Jackson played overall? Just those career highs for him and about everything.
I didn't realize those career highs. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's a great player. He's got incredible hands, all the underneath stuff. I think he, underratedly deep threat. There was a play, I think it was in overtime, where he held on to that ball. The guy had a pretty good hand on it in ball in transition. To be able to secure that ball in a critical moment is the one that stuck out with me. So he's a guy that we're going to be relying on moving forward. And, he's a great player.
Getting the field goal at the end of the first half, that looked like that was pretty efficient and getting up to the line.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a lot of teamwork going into that drive, getting the stop on defense, coming back. Offense kind of understanding, saving your timeouts operationally so you can use all of them. And you can use the whole field. And then the field goal operation is a point of emphasis this week. So I'm eager to watch the tape and see how we blocked him on field goal. But the operation was great. J-Mac hit a great ball and probably a game-changing type series.
Is there any thought there in using the first time out after that first stop that you get on defense?
You kind of in those situations you kind of ask yourself, hey, which side will I want to be on? I felt like it was the right move to kind of make them go conservative, and then whatever time remaining, we could kind of do our thing on defense or on offense.
DK had a couple drops, but it was a key part of the rest of the game, especially the tying drive. Can you talk about how he shows leadership?
Yeah, it's a great point. He started the game off with us, on the deep pass down there when they were in 0. And kind of got us off and running on offense. I know he had a couple drops, but coming back, making some critical plays. One where he leaped over the guy was incredible, and then having a couple big-time catches over there in the fourth quarter and overtime. So not sure what his numbers were, but it felt like he had a great game.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys.
we're doing.
How you doing, Gino?
Good, good.
How good does it feel to just kind of pull this one out the way you did? And you kind of gotten used to this with these kind of these late game drives and overtime drives and stuff like that. Which is,
Yeah, it's just great to get a win. Any win that you can get, especially early in the season, they're gonna be critical as we move on forward to the season. But hats off to the Patriots. I thought they played a really good game. I thought they fought all the way through. But our guys, we lasted longer. I felt like our defense, they played a really good game. I thought Julian made a big-time field goal block right there to give us a shot. And then I felt like Grubb called a great game. I thought the offense, offensive line did a great job at battling all game. And the receivers, they were outstanding today. Really made it easy for me and allowed me to go out there and just do my job.
Did you want to go for it on 4th and 1 to end at the end of regulation?
No. Yeah, I thought we got the first down, but we didn't. So the right thing to do there was to kick the field goal and go to overtime and give ourselves, some extra minutes to go and get the win.
Did Grubb kind of have like a perfect play call lined up for that 3rd and 6 to Zach, based on what they were giving him?
Yeah, that was a great call, man. They went cover 0 early in the game. That was the big touchdown to DK, and it kind of scared them out of it. They didn't call it for the rest of the game, but we knew they'd get back to it. That's what they want to do in those critical situations. And Grubb was on it, made the right call. We executed the play, and we're just happy that happened. Allowed us to get in field goal range, and then J-Mod kicked it in, does what he does at all times.
What was working so well with JSN today? Ton of targets and catches.
I thought the game plan was great. I thought we had a really good week of practice as well. I thought that guys were locked in and dialed in throughout practice. Really felt like we were going to have a good game. And then, as we went out there on the field, man, guys were just balling. JSN's a great player. We got to get the ball in his hands as many chances as we can. And I thought he did a great job, throughout the game at just making those clutch catches and, finding windows when it was zone, beating man when it was man. And, I thought he did a great job today.
Has it kind of felt like this was coming from him just based on how good he looked in the offseason?
Yeah. And, obviously the first game, didn't get a bunch of targets. But, we know who he is, right? We know who Jackson is. We know the type of player he is, the caliber of receiver he is. It's just about opportunities for him, and he's making the most of those. So, just really proud of all the work he's put in, and, it's really showing it paid off today.
Gino, what is it about Tyler Lockett? He has 1 target for 60 minutes, and then game on the line, you can trust him to go to him. End zone, you throw to him, and he'll draw a penalty. What is it about him?
Man, he's clutch. Tyler's Tyler. He's done that his entire career. He's a guy who is so selfless, to go the entire game and really not get many targets, and wasn't based on a lack of trying to. It was just, reading the coverages and getting the ball to whoever was open. But to be a selfless guy the way that he is and to continue to stay focused throughout the game, I thought, man, I only can, say great things about Tyler. He's just an outstanding human being. And, a lot of receivers will start, calling for the ball at times when they don't feel like they're getting it. But I can just see how mentally dialed in he was throughout the game and knowing that his time was going to come. And, as soon as we needed a big play, right, we're going to find 16, and he always comes through.
You kind of making a name for yourself with these fourth-quarter comebacks. Led the league last year and then the next day. What's your mindset in those situations, and how much do you enjoy those?
My mindset, put the ball in 7 hands, man. That's my mindset. I always, dreamed about these moments growing up. It's a dream come true just to be here. So whenever I'm in this situation and the game's on the line, I'm so happy and just excited, for those opportunities. I look forward to them, actually. So I know that there's going to happen more and more times throughout the season. And, the best quarterbacks always find ways to win. And I want to be, regarded in that light. So I just want to continue to be there for my team, do what's right, make the plays when they come.
What was your reaction when Julian blocked that kick?
Oh, man, I knew we had him. I knew we had him. It was even if he didn't block the kick, I felt like we were going to go down and score. But when he blocked the kick, I felt like it turned the momentum. You could see they put their heads down a little bit. Their defense was like, oh, man, we got to stop these guys. And that's when we kind of put our foot on the pedal. We started, really, just going after them and, made some big plays.
Was that just a backyard ball there in the last throw to Lockett?
Yeah. Watching, man, if you're on the sprint, right, usually you don't cut in reverse field. But in dire times, you got to make a play. And I felt like that was a situation where we needed it. And I'm just happy it worked out the way it did.
Last week was a run game, this week was a pass game, last week was Tyler Lockett, this week was JSN and DK. How versatile is this offense?
super versatile. I think we have so many great players, and even some guys who weren't on the field today who can make some plays. And I believe in the work. I believe in us just playing together and finding ways to win. It's going to be a different guy each time, and we have a bunch of selfless guys. I think that's what matters the most. Guys who believe in one another. We want to see the next guy shine. I want to see the run game lead us just as much as I want to go out there and throw a bunch of touchdowns. So however we can get a win, whatever we got to do, I'm just reading the defense and trying to make the right plays.
The sequence at the end of the first half where you guys get to the line of scrimmage really quickly, it looked like with how much time was left, there was like zero margin for error in doing that. What can you say about that whole operation there?
I can't really recall what you.
At the end of the first half, when you guys get the field goal, you had to clock the ball.
Oh yeah. We worked that situation all throughout the week. That was a get down, spike it situation, so we had no timeouts. So we had to get as many yards as we can. Receivers got to get down, hand the ball to the center, and then we got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it as fast as possible. Got that done. I think it was maybe under 19 seconds or something like that. I spiked it with 5 seconds, so that was like perfect execution in that situation.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Leonard Williams.
Yep.
What's up, everybody?
So you going to be getting sacks every week? Is that the new
Well, I didn't get one last week.
That's true.
Yeah, so I had to make up for it. All those hits I got last week. Finally got them down this time.
Which that was tough to bring down today. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, he surprised me, actually. This is my first time playing against him. We kind of seen on film and know his height and weight and things like that, but feeling it in person and seeing it on film is a different thing. We were joking on the sideline saying that he feels like Big Ben, trying to take down Big Ben out there. So, at halftime, we kind of talked to the D-line and all the guys rushing the quarterback that if you're going to get your arms on him, to just don't stop your feet, just keep running your feet, treat him like a running back or something like that,
Glad to share Byron Murphy's first career sack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for him. He's a low leverage guy. I didn't quite see the sack because I was on that play, but he told me on the sideline that he pretty much just bull rushed the guy and just fell inside, and quarterback stepped up right into him. So a lot of credit to our edge guys as well for making that quarterback step up into the pocket for the inside D lineman.
Why was the run game a problem today?
I mean, I think we definitely have to watch film, but this is like something that we knew that they were going to do. We knew they were going to attack us there, so we obviously should have been better prepared for it, knowing that this is what they were going to do. But overall, I feel like we fought a long fighting game, and we came out victorious.
What's left to clean up and still learn of this new system? To be 2-0 and learning from that, what kind of an advantage is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the advantage is we have so many guys that could play multiple positions, but at the same time, we're all learning a new defense. So sometimes when guys are moving positions, sometimes I have to run out there and play nose, and I have to play end, and we're subbing guys on and off the field. And, I think we have to tighten up a little bit with who's subbing on, who's coming off, where exactly you're going to be, and which position. And, it's going to help us all learn in all positions so we can help each other out and communicate.
Engineer some game-winning drives last year and did it again today. What's it like for you watching? What do you think when he's got the ball in his hands?
I mean, I have the utmost confidence in him when he has the ball in his hands. Every time offense takes the field, I'm just happy that they have the ball in his hands. And, it's super exciting for me to see this in him as well, just because I got drafted to the Jets my rookie year, and Geno was there, and, a whole bunch of stuff happened. I ended up coming out here last year, and he's, matured so much since the last time I seen him. He's such a leader, really takes control of the offense and leads the team in a great way.
When you played with Julian with the Giants, he was a big special teams player back then. He
Right.
doesn't play as much now, but
Yeah, deservingly.
but I'm guessing you weren't surprised to see him come through with that play.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't surprised. Julian always shows up every game. There's not many games that he's not going to show up on film. And, he got that block when we needed it the most. That whole drive, the defense was talking to each other, saying that this is an important down. We got to hold them to 3 at least, you know what I mean? We're about to hold them to 3, and then Julian just blazes by my eyes while I'm rushing, and then he got the block. So it was beautiful. And the offense went down the field and did their thing.
You talk about Tyrell's big stop on 3rd and 1 to set that up.
Yeah, that was huge. you know, they were running the ball on us quite a bit today. That was a short yardage situation with a big, heavy back. He's really good at falling forward. He's a really good back. And, you know, T-Dot came through big in that short yardage situation.
Good. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, no. Here's what I was doing. You know the picture of George Washington crossing is it the Delaware River? That's what I was trying to impersonate. It was terrible. Everybody thought I was trying to take the guy's musket, but no.
Are you a history buff?
No, man. You know, some things you just listen and hold on to for the rest of your life. And from 6th grade history class, so that was one of them.
How did you feel like on the board with a touchdown today?
Felt good. But just felt good to win. I think the past 2 weeks we've really shown how close of a team we are when battling adversity. So, I mean, we only going to get stronger and only going to play better throughout the season.
What Geno Smith showed today, leading the game-tying drive?
Yes, sir.
The running game wasn't necessarily going too well. He had to do a lot.
Right. Well, he just showed you put the team on his back, and you know we were down and needed a big field goal or a touchdown to win, and he delivered. You can't ask too much from a guy willing to sacrifice his body or the amount of time he studies at the facility. So it just comes to life on Sundays or whenever we play, the amount of work he does during the week.
On your touchdown, how surprised were you with the safety and the corner run with the short route? I mean, you were running straight free.
You said what?
How surprised were you they both went for the short route on your touchdown?
I mean, I wasn't surprised. Anytime a 6'4" guy, 230, the biggest receiver on the field, running down scot-free, I would leave him open too.
You leave him open?
Yeah, I'll leave him open.
Last week was the run game. This week was the pass game. How do you feel like Ryan Grubb's offense is progressing?
I mean, just whatever we need to do, whether it's run the ball or pass the ball, that during that specific game, we can do it. And plus our defense, the way they're playing, if they continue to do this and continue to give us as many opportunities as we can to score, we're going to make them right 9 times out of 10.
What did you think of Jackson?
He was unbelievable. I mean, every time they seemed to throw him the ball, he was catching it. But he's also a hard worker, a special player, a special young player that's about to take over the league, in my opinion.
Mike Macdonald told us before the season that he wanted Geno to be the voice of poise, like in chaotic situations. Through 2 weeks, you guys have had some of those chaotic moments. How have you seen Geno handle himself in the huddle, on the sideline, all that?
He's been pretty much the same, in my opinion. But like I spoke earlier, it was basically the team, defense, offense, special teams, everybody coming together. Even in adverse times, we all lean on each other, and nobody ever points a finger. It's always, all right, on to the next play, and what can we do better?
How did you see Macdonald? I mean, today had a little more maybe adversity than last week did. How did you kind of see him during the coaching and on the sidelines and everything?
Man, I ain't watching that man on the sideline. I got shit to do. No, I don't watch coach on the sideline.
Know how you see it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he was cool, in my opinion.
DK, we saw Christian Gonzalez on you a lot. How did you feel like that matchup went for you?
It was very good. Just like last week, going against one corner the whole game. You get to accumulate reps and get to figure out little nuances on winning the one-on-one matchup against him. But I think he's going to be a really good corner in this league for years to come. Big, strong, physical corner with speed, able to track the ball down the field. So it was a good matchup, and it was a fun game.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, DK.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
How we doing?
Should
have centered. Yeah, I mean, obviously they had a great drive. We had a bad drive defensively, and we got to stop. And it was 4th down, going for the field goal, and I don't usually go to the block side, but something in me just told Jakes, hey, let me get this one. So literally we just swapped sides for one play, and I just shot the gap, skinnied up, got my hands up, got a block.
Who'd you swap with?
Jenks, Rashawn. Yep.
Julian, why were the tight ends giving you guys trouble in the first half?
just kind of how we were playing them. We were playing them a little loose, not as aggressive on them inside, but we should have known that, Seven was getting his quick game rhythm going, and so it was a lot of quick throws inside. So tight end had a lot of receptions. That tight end screen accounted for a lot of the yards, and then that kind of loose kind of slip. I don't know who caught it, but the tight end kind of going in the other way. And so 2 big plays by the tight ends. Yeah, we got to clean that up, but we will.
That had to be more than a hunch that you switched sides there. Just something
just I think in that moment, I just feel like I got to go get it. I felt good. I was looking at my guys. Obviously, it was a long drive. They were tired, but I felt energized in that moment, and just something just told me to switch. If anybody's going to do it, I feel like I should be doing it. And so thankfully, Reek was coming off the edge all day. Dre, Mont Jones had great pressure inside. Our interior was getting after. We were close a few times, and so something just said, hey, I'm going to be able to come loose and just jump the thing. And so I did.
That was a pretty sharp inside route. Is that an unusually sharp route?
Just kind of 1-2, just kind of glide and skinny up across it however I can. And thankfully, I'm skinny enough, and so got my hand up and got it.
How many of those have you blocked by?
First one. Very first one, yeah. First one ever. So, you kind of black out. It will hurt, I'm sure. I jammed, I think, a couple fingers, but you just try to sell out. In that moment, you're defending points. You're making a field goal game to a touchdown game. And so, yeah, I just sell out, and then you'll feel it later. It doesn't matter.
So based on the design of the play, if you're going to block it, it's got to be blocked from that side?
No. Anyone can come free. If they're honoring Reek outside, usually Reek's pretty close because he flies off the edge. Interior can block it, and it's just a loaded block. And so thankfully our interior is getting pressure, so the tackle or the tight end blocked down, the wing blocked out, and I was able to squeeze through.
And you guys had the sack on the play right before that. Did that change anything about the field goal?
For sure. I mean, it was, I think, probably like what was the field goal? Probably like 48. Close to 50? Yeah, so 48. Yeah, and those kicks, I know Joey Sly pretty well. It's going to be a lower trajectory, and so you have a higher chance of a block when you push them out. So everything, after especially that drive, they hit a few big ones that drive. Just being resilient and just a few critical plays turned the tide for us.
New England was able to run the ball effectively
for
the majority of the game, but you guys bowed up there at the end.
Yeah.
Something that you saw that you were able to adjust to, or was it just kind of knowing what they were going to be doing?
Honestly, defensively, we were just inconsistent. A few series we were, quick 3 and out, stopping the run. Few we were letting it split. And so, that's a good thing to be an ugly game for us and get out with a win because now we can improve on it. But I would credit their backs. 3, 8, and 4 were really running the ball, running it strong. You saw them all day. And so we got to bow up, get our tackling right, get our fits clean, and just improve.
You guys are trying to set a new standard on defense. How do you feel like you performed relative to your standard?
To our standard, it wasn't to our standard. We needed more energy. We needed more juice. These East Coast games, you got to have energy, especially we're playing at 10 o'clock on our time, our body clock. And so we got to come out, faster. It can't be as sluggish. And so I think that's something we have to understand, especially when the weather's a little warmer. But defensively, we're always trying to raise that standard. And so I know we're going to go into next week fired up.
Was there any notable difference in how you guys just handled all the travel with the East Coast trip than how you had been doing it?
Attention was put on just getting your sleep, kind of getting light, keeping your body on the West Coast clock, and just treat it like a 10 o'clock game. So wake up earlier, kind of do all that stuff. And so I think that's how we were doing it last year. And so nothing too different.
You said it wasn't up to your standard, but
you're
2-0. So
yeah.
How great is it in this league to learn from that platform?
That's huge. I mean, it's an ugly win, like I said. We're trying to set the tone defensively. We're trying to create turnovers. We're trying to stop the run, limit explosives. And, some of those areas we didn't hit today. But in the moments that mattered most, especially in the overtime 3 and out, at the end, it led to that block. They hit a big run, and we bowed up and let our offense have a chance to win the game or tie the game, and they did. And so it's just those moments. We have those little kind of finishing details. We're locked into those, but now it's just consistency, making sure when guys are subbed in and out, they're playing at the high level that we need. And so,
in the time you've been around Geno Smith last 2 seasons, what is it about him you think that makes him so good?
I've never been around a quarterback who had as big of a chip on his shoulder than Geno. I think that was evident when I first got out here. out to Seattle last year, I'm like, man, this guy, he has some swagger to him. I've never been around that from a quarterback. He talks, he has energy. At halftime, he was just fired up, and the whole game on the sideline, he was bringing juice. And so people feed off that. Offense, they go with him, and defensively, I mean, we try to fuel him up as well. And so, yeah, he's special, and I'm grateful to have him.
Have you ever had a block kick at any level of football then?
No. Oh, I mean, maybe Little League. I don't know. When the little tyke was kicking it, I don't know. But yeah, first one.
In terms of like travel stuff, do you guys still get first class for the veterans on the way back after a win?
Yeah. So the new standard now is players get first class. We have a game to play. It's better for the players that have space. And so, yeah, Mike did a great job of getting us an upgraded plane this year. And so there's a lot more space for the players that we had, not just, there's multiple sections of guys that can, really spread out and not be so cramped going into a game.
So that's first class both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, first class both ways. It's a giant plane, so there's multiple sets of first class. And so guys I know are liking it more. I mean, we got Boeing in our backyard. I mean, we got.
Does the defense want to be on the field first in overtime?
Yeah, I would say so. We get a quick stop and just let our offense know that, hey, you're in winning mode now. Anything you do, field goal, touchdown wins the game. And so we were excited. We wanted to be on defense, and we know we were going to set the tone. And thankfully, quick 3-and-out, we did.
Thank you, Jordan.
All right, appreciate y'all. See y'all later.
My teammates waiting on me. What's up?
Coming into this game, do you feel like the game plan is going to get the ball in your hands quite a bit, or is that just sort of how it unfolded?
I guess it unfolded like that. I knew also, but you never know. At this point, I don't even think like that. I just go out there and whatever targets I get, just try to make the most of them.
You made pretty much every play out there. You had that one drop. Is that what's going to be on your mind, or are you going to be thinking about the good plays?
Oh, definitely going to be on my mind. Everything. It tells me I need to get back on the jugs, get back to work. To be honest, should ice the game right there, but learn from it. I'll learn from it, and won't make the same mistake.
Right now, what's the offense's thinking when Geno Smith gets the ball late in the game?
We go score, honestly. Get the ball in the end zone.
First 100-yard game.
Yeah, it means a lot. Very thankful. All glory to God, honestly. Every time I step on the field, I'm just thankful to be there with my guys, to be a Seahawk, and shout out to my family, honestly. A lot of people were texting me today. I don't know what it was, saying, you're going to have a big day today, and I appreciate that.
What was Geno like on the sideline in the second half and in overtime?
Killer mindset, go score, pushing us, motivating us, and just laser focus.
What was it about this matchup that made it possible for you to have the game you had today?
Not a matchup. I mean, just executing, out there. It doesn't, for us, it doesn't matter who's out there. We just try to, stick to the game plan and just make the plays, that we're supposed to. Nothing really with matchups or anything.
Anything else?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Travis.